Hello everyone, so I recently created this Christmas inspired makeup look on my sister. I really like the way it turned out. I have a before and after here for you. So if you'd like to see how I created this makeup look, please keep watching. So I always start every makeup look with cleansing the skin with Garnier Micellar Water. This just helps me get the skin nice and clean and ready to prep it with moisturizer. I am now using the Dermalogica Active Moist Moisturizer just to help moisturize the skin, and then I'm using the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask on the lips to make sure the lips are nice and hydrated. I am now priming the eyes with MAC Paint Pot in the color Soft Ochre. This just gives the eyeshadow something to stick to. It also has a little bit of color, which gives me a nice clean slate to work with for the eyeshadow. So I'm just using a fluffy brush to place the transition color. This just goes on the outer crease area of the eyelid. And now I'm just using a slightly smaller blending brush, and this is just a slightly darker color as well that will go just a little bit further in the crease area. And then I am just using the dark brown color, and I am using a pencil brush, and this is just going to go on the lash line area. This is just going to help define the eyes a little bit more. I forgot to mention that I am using the Viseart Neutral Matte Palette for these crease colors. And now I'm using an even smaller fluffy brush, and this is just going to go on like the outer third area of the eyelid. This just kind of helps create that gradient effect. And then I am using the Hourglass Scattered Light Shadow in the color Foil. This is just going to go on the eyelid area. I love the Hourglass Scattered Light eyeshadows. If you have not tried them, I highly recommend them. And then I'm just cleaning up any fallout we got from the shadows with a little bit of micellar water on a cotton pad. And now we are going to prime the skin. I used the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer on her T-zone area, and then I went in with the Becca Backlight Priming Filter on the higher points of her face and outer areas of her face, just to give that glowing effect. Now I'm going in with foundation. This is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is a very beautiful foundation. It wears a really long time, but it doesn't look flat like some long wearing foundations tend to do. I really like to take my time blending foundation. I want to make sure that it is all blending seamlessly and looks very natural. Then I'm going in with concealer. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm just putting that under the eyes. And then I also like to use the same concealer just down the center of the nose, a little bit on the forehead, a little bit on the cupid's bow and chin, just to add a little extra highlight to the face. And then I like to set that concealer right after I put it on, just with a little bit of powder, just to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And now I'm doing cream contour. I like to use the RCMA cream foundations for my cream contour. They work beautifully. And I'm just going under the cheekbones, up over the forehead, and a little bit on the jawline. I love to use this contour brush from Real Techniques for cream contour. It's a little bit fluffier, so it kind of does the blending work for you. I highly recommend it if you haven't tried it for cream contour. And now I'm just doing a little bit of nose contour. I like to keep my nose contour very light. I don't want it to look too harsh. And now I'm going in with RCMA Cream Blush from their Cream Blush palette. I use this product on pretty much every client, and I don't know what I would do without it. And now I'm just setting the cream contour with the Hourglass bronzer. This is a beautiful bronzer. It has a luminous effect to it. I am just placing that in the same places that I put the cream contour, but also a little bit more fluffed out just to give more of a bronzing effect. And now I am just using a powder blush. This is in the color Warm Soul from MAC. And now I'm just using a little bit of the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder all over the face to set the rest of the foundation. Now I am adding Becca's Moonstone highlighter just on the top of the cheekbones, down the center of the nose, a little bit on the chin, a little bit on the forehead, just to add that lit from within glow. I'm also using that same highlighter on the inner corner of the eye and on the brow bone. And then I'm just doing a little bit of light baking with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I haven't played a whole lot with baking in the past, but I think I might be a fan now. And then I'm just combing out the brows with a spoolie and filling in the brows with the Anastasia brow powder. And now I'm just using a little bit of concealer to clean up any areas of the brows that need a little more shaping. And then I'm using the Japanese brow gel just to help hold those brows in an upright position and also to add just a tiny bit more color. And now I'm just brushing away any excess powder from that baking. And then I'm just finishing off the eyes with the same colors I used in the crease area, just under the lash line. And now I'm just adding some finishing touches on the eyes, just looking at it and see what it needs more of and adding that. And then I'm just adding mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. And now I'm just adding lashes. These are the Ardell Demi Wispy Lashes. And I'm using a lash glue from a brand called Free Callaway Lashes. Something unique about this glue is that it stays tacky after it dries. So if your lash lifts up on the inner or outer corner, you can kind of just push it back down and it will stick. And now I'm just using a finishing powder by Hourglass in the color Dim Light. And now I am moving on to lips. So this is the MAC lip liner in the color Cherry. And I'm just outlining the lips and then just filling it in a little bit. And now I'm using the MAC lipstick in the color Ruby Woo on a lip brush. And then I am just cleaning up the edges with some concealer just to make sure that lip line is nice and clean. And last but not least, I am using MAC Fix Plus Setting Spray. And that is the finished look. I really like the way this makeup look turned out. I love the red lip. I haven't played a whole lot with red lips, so I love the bold lip color. If you would like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing. I hope you have a great Christmas, and thank you for being here.